Welcome to all you Cancerians out there. This is your yearly horoscope for the year of 2023. Of course, in a nutshell, but just for you to know what is this all about and what are the highlights of the year, or what is in general, so to speak, the energies that could be very significant for you as a Cancerian. Let's get started with the outer planets. So from Pluto to Jupiter, I'm going to have a look what's happening, and then also a couple of retrogrades that are going to happen. Now, first of all, Pluto is actually for Cancerians the most important planet, because especially if you've got planets around and about the very end of Cancer, like 27 degrees up until like 29 degrees of Cancer. And certainly, because Pluto is going to be in Capricorn up until the 24th of March, then it dips a tiny little bit in another sign. But up until then, you have Pluto squaring up to your sign. And as I said, in particular, those Cancerians who are born, let's have a look here, who are born at the later born Cancerians, basically, the 20th up until the 23rd of July. But of course, all of you will feel that. And that has to do with this transformation. And that is on a relationship level. So it's been going on for years and years. This Pluto, this transformation on relationship level, that stuff comes up. It's difficult to keep things, under the carpet. And it's best ultimately. It's best. It's best to have clarity in your connections and to have honesty and to that things are above board. And this is again for you Cancerians definitely a time, the first 3 months, but also after June and onwards, the rest of the month, Pluto will still be in Capricorn. So yes, it's in another sign from March to June. It's in Aquarius, but then it shifts back into Capricorn. So the Plutonian, it's the last year for you, dear Cancerians, that this Plutonian energy of death and rebirth is going on for you. So for some of you, this is a good thing. This is really a very healthy thing. Well, for all of you, it's a good thing. It's a healthy thing, but it's not always pleasant. So for those of you who are having really not authentic relationships, really toxic relationships, this is an opportunity to stop it. And you have powerful partners out there. So if you are in a relationship, Pluto signifies a very strong personality, but it says something about you. What you have to learn here, I don't like to say that, but what you could learn here is to take your energy back, to take your power back, and to make sure that if you are now in a relationship, just make sure that it's a 50-50, because otherwise it's going to be toxic, it's not going to be healthy, you're not going to be happy, and they are not going to be happy. So why wasting your time? This is an opportunity. You don't have to do anything. You are the captain of your ship, but you have an opportunity here to say, no, thank you very much. Against toxicity, and Pluto is a lot about manipulation as well, but it says something about you as well. So we cannot demand other people not to manipulate us. They do whatever they do, but we can at least exude not that same energy, so that we can say goodbye to it and not attract it anymore. So that is a very important relationship thing here. For those of you who are single, yes, there could be certainly someone out there that is quite charismatic, quite important, I would say strong, and they have some sort of power. Whether it is they have money, whether they have financial power, whether they have sexual power, whether they have knowledge of something, the best thing you can do is copy paste rather than giving your power away. Now, so as I said, Pluto is going to be for a very short time between March and June in your 8th house. So this is all about the transformation when it comes to the resources that you share with someone else, or intimacy, how you can increase this if you are in a relationship, or a deep psychological understanding of self, and specifically in conquering those, battling your own fears, basically. Now, what else is going on? Neptune is still trining your energy, just like last year, and that is amazing. Neptune in the 9th house shows that you can relax when you do, and you feel very connected when you do 9th house stuff, which could be studying, traveling, learning something new, and opening up your you could say your perspective. That's going to be really, really healing for you, almost, with still this Neptune in your 9th house. Uranus will be just the same like last year. Nothing special going on here, but it's still in your 11th house of friendships and of goals. So the same as I said last year. The best or the most important friendships for you are those who are a bit different, you know. People who are very much freedom loving, who are very independent. Those people can show you something that you can learn around Uranus. So also that you can be inventive and innovative and fresh when it comes to your goals for the future. So be bold around that. And so yes, your friends could have that Uranian vibe, which is definitely, there could be new friends coming in as well, or friends that you are going to attract are going to be very much like freedom loving, but light-minded people, and people who are a bit different than you used to have as a friend, and that has a refreshing effect on you, which is very, very nice. Saturn will be still in Aquarius up until May time in your 8th house. That's a, you know, still, that's not my favorite transit to explain here, but after that it's in a better position, and I'll tell you in a minute. But Saturn in your 8th house up until did I say May? It is March. It is March. Ooh, I probably said May in all the other videos. Everyone can make a mistake, but anyway, I will have to adjust it. So, I will write it down. Bear with me, bear with me. Not May, but March of Saturn. So, dear Cancerians, that means that still there is some, when it comes to intimacy, when it comes to shared resources, there could be some, it's going a little bit more difficult. But as I said, this is not going to last forever. In March, around the end of March, it's done for you. So you should be feeling a little bit more uplifted when it comes to loans, when it comes to things that open up on a financial level, but also when it comes to intimacy. An improvement there in understanding that vulnerability can be a good thing if you discern to whom you are vulnerable with. Then Saturn shifts into a fellow water sign, into the 9th house of Pisces, and that's good for you. That's nice. That is that same house that I was talking about where Neptune is. And so the house of travel, the house of learning and teaching, and the house actually of how you feel connected with everything that is. So there is a bit more groundedness there and more stability, which I really, really like for you. The notes are shifting, and they are going to be more significant for you. So up until July time, the notes will still be in Taurus and in Scorpio. So for you, I've been talking about that a lot in the monthly horoscopes. This was all about you renewing your friendships, you renewing your goals for the future. Keep on doing that, especially up until July. But after that, there is more emphasis on your career and how are your public, you being in the public eye, so to speak, and your social status. So there could be some changes there. You trying to pick up your career, or you're trying to improve it, or you try to grow it. And if it's not that, it has to do with how you want to be seen by the world, so to speak, with your North Node it's going to be in Aries in your 10th house of career. And stepping a little bit more away from your 4th house, which is not an easy thing to do for a Cancerian, because that means stepping a little bit away from your involvement with family and with the home and all of that. I'm not saying that you have to stop that, not at all, but it's a bit more focusing on your own well-being when it comes to, what do you want to do? What is your part in the world, so to speak? And last but not least, which I kind of like for you, Venus in the 2nd house, retrograde. So Venus is going retrograde in Leo, in your 2nd house from July up until September. So Venus is about what we love, and it's an attracting planet, and the 2nd house is money and self-worth. So those could improve, but first by doing something different with your self-worth and with your finances. So having said that, it's all in all, yes, still a little bit of intensity when it comes to your relationships. Definitely opportunities when it comes to the career with the shift of the North Node. Definitely social. It will keep on being a very social year with all that focus on your 11th house of friendships and connections. So all in all, I think it's a nice year for you for sure. I would say enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.